Okay. Anyways, today I'm coming at you guys with a top tier Dark Magician deck profile for the brand new 2023 ban list. And also we got Dragoon's best friend, Dark Magician, the Dark Magical Dragon Knight, the guy a different champion, making this deck even stronger. So without further ado, time to unlock the top tier power of Yami Yugi. Let's begin. You guys probably were asking, Sam, why do you still got his shades on? Well, my allergies are crazy. You know what I'm saying? I literally have the Mangekyo Sharingan under these eyes. I am literally Madara Uchiha under these glasses. Anyway, save the date right now because the new Hero Collection 2.0 is dropping on June 30th. Save the date, 9 p.m. EST. You know what I'm saying? The best deck box in the entire world. The most sexiest deck box you guys will ever see in your entire life. Full holographic, inner holographic as well. Absolutely thick of beauty. And it's going to be available for pre-order this Friday, June the 30th. This time you also get 3 holographic dividers as well with your deck box. I'm doing a pre-order period this time. Friday is the drop, okay? Saturday and Sunday, and that's it. Once the pre-order time slot ends, you guys will be no longer able to purchase this deck box. So it'll be shipped at the end of August, early September, around that time. The reason why I'm doing this is because last time I made 500 of these Millennium God boxes, and it sold out in 12 minutes. And I've been getting a ton of emails. They're never going to be released ever again. So 500 orders that pre-order this deck box, get an exclusive Field Center from your boy. And I got something very special for those of you who are on my mailing list. All you guys got to do is go to tx1.com and sign up for the mailing list. There'll be a sign up page that pops up. Sign up for it because this deck box will be dropping on June 29th for the mailing list people only. And for those of you who pre-order it from the mailing list, you guys get 1 day early access. And on top of that, you guys will get a special Field Center that's different from the first 500 people that pre-ordered. So as long as you guys are on the mailing list that purchased this thing, you guys will get a special Hero Field Center that nobody else has. That's only exclusive to the mailing list orders only. So guys, save the date, June 30th, 9 p.m. EST. We're going to be climbing to Master Ranked with Elemental Heroes for the Hero Collection Volume Number 2. All right, guys, don't waste any more of your time. Without further ado, time to unlock the full power of top-tier Dark Magicians. Let's begin. All right, guys, start with the monster quick hero play. Of course, double copies of Dark Magician. This card is obviously the heart and soul of the entire deck. You can easily get access to Dark Magician by sending it to the graveyard using cards like Magician Souls and being able to revive it back off Eternal Soul to trigger off cards like Circle. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Although it is the heart and soul and the bread and butter of the entire deck, you only need 2 copies. You do not need to maximize yourself on actually playing 3 copies of Dark Magician in your deck. Next, we're going to play, of course, 1 copy of Dark Magician Girl. She's essentially your only brick that you're playing in the deck, but it's a high risk, high reward, because once you get her in the graveyard using Magician Soul's ability, your Soul Servant basically becomes Pot of Greed every single turn. Plus, you can fusion summon using her and any spellcaster monster to help you get access to the Dark Magician. So, the 3 main important Dark Magician monsters you're playing in the deck. Next, I'm playing, of course, triple copies of Illusion of Chaos. Absolutely phenomenal. This ensures that you basically have like an additional 3 more copies of every single Dark Magician cards in your deck. So with the addition of Illusion of Chaos, you basically have 3 more copies of each and every single Dark Magician utility card in the deck. That means you have an additional 3 more copies of Souls and 3 more copies of Magician's Rod. So Illusion of Chaos, one of the best search cards in the entire deck, 100,000%. And there are some plays we can actually bring this card out using the Ritual Spell, the quick play, to help you get access to an additional monster negate while on the field, which is absolutely phenomenal. But regardless, he's here to get you access to your Rod and Souls in your first turn opening hand. So triple copies of Illusion of Chaos, absolutely mandatory to play. Next off, 3 copies of Magician Souls, one of the bread and butter cards in the entire deck, hands down. Helps you get access to more draws, and immediately sending Dark Magician or Dark Magician go into the graveyard so that way that your Soul Servant becomes live is just absolutely phenomenal. And it also helps you trigger off your Magician's Circle while you don't have Eternal Soul, so you can just use Soul's Effect to dump Dark Magician to revive itself back, so that way that you can trigger off your Dark Magical Circle without having to rely on Eternal Soul during your turn, right? So that's only if you don't open up with Eternal Soul, of course, but that play does come out sometimes to help you trigger off Circle, to help you banish any problematic cards on the field. So triple copies of Souls, absolutely mandatory to play in the deck. Next off, triple copies of Magician's Rod, really mandatory as well. Searches basically your entire deck. This card is one of the most important cards in the entire deck. Rod also helps you get access to Magistus as well. If you brick, you can easily activate the spell card to trigger off the Magistus to help you recover back Rod to your hand, so that way that you have more follow-ups for the following turn. So triple Rod is absolutely mandatory. One of the greatest toolbox cards in the deck. Now after your dragons, you're gonna play, of course, the one Tamias, the United Dragon. This card helps you get access to any of your fusion monster, and also at the same time it helps you get access to Dragoon, which is absolutely phenomenal. Next off, the best cards in the deck aside from the main Magician engine is obviously the Bestials. The Bestials are really powerful. Like, I love Magnamut, really great interruptions in today's metagame. Really good against Labyrinth, banish the lady. Obviously against Eldritch, you can also banish the Golden Lord. Any light or dark matchup, Bestials are really good against. And on top of that, these cards are Dragon, which helps you get access to your Dragoon. I'll showcase you guys some cool plays which you guys can do with Magnamut and Drewsworm in this deck right here. But the fact this card is just another form of interruption with IP Masquerader and Drewsworm to help you get access to Unicorn. It's just absolutely insane. Also at the same time, you can also use these dragons with Dark Magician with the Fusion Quick Play spell, help you get access to Dragoon, sending Drewsworm to the graveyard during your opponent's turn, get rid of any special and monsters on your port side of the field. It's just absolutely phenomenal. So Druids and also Magnamut is just really insane. Also at the same time, Tamias is E-Dragon, so if you're able to resolve Magnamut, you can easily search Tamias the United Dragon directly from your deck to your hand, which is absolutely phenomenal as well. And Tamias also is a level 8 Dragon, which helps you get access to the brand new Dark Magician Fusion that you have access to in the extra deck post Battles of Legends, right? So Tamias is just absolutely phenomenal to pair off alongside with the Bistio engine in today's metagame. Really good against the Live Twin Sprite variant as well. The Live Twin Sprite version ends on Griffin, so one card breaks that entire board, which is Drewsworm. So you Drewsworm into the Griffin, use Drewsworm's effect to send anything to the graveyard, and then you basically just win the entire game, right? So one Drewsworm breaks the entire Live Twin Sprite board with absolute ease. So Bestials are absolutely mandatory. It helps you get access to Dragoon as well. After the spells, triple copies of Soul Servant, absolutely mandatory to play in the deck. One of the cards that helps you get access to basically any of your comp plays in the entire deck. Next, double copies of Circle. Just another, form of interruption that you have access to in this deck right here, which is really great. One Seekers of Dark Magic, really great quick play spell. Help you get access to Dragoon during your opponent's turn for an additional negate, and also an additional pop using Drewsworm, which is absolutely phenomenal. One Magician's Salvation, really great card. And last but not least, one Upstart Goblin, because there are so many cool common plays you can use with Circle to help stack your deck, and then Upstart Goblin to the cards that you stacked, which is absolutely phenomenal. So Upstart is absolutely mandatory to play. I'm not playing Preparation of Rites in this deck is because before I was playing 2 copies of Illusion and 1 Preparation of Rites. Preparation of Rites is really good because with souls you can easily send to the graveyard to just draw an additional card, but I want to lose less to draw as much as possible, and using prep to search the illusion, and then you get drawed, and then you just get more punished that way, right? So you guys can just play around with the ratios, but I want to play around draw as much as I possibly can, so that's why there's no prep in this deck. Next off for your traps, double copies of Eternal Soul. Absolutely insane. One of the best recovery cards in the entire deck, hands down. Being able to just recover back Dark Magician every single turn for layers, 4 added layers of disruption alongside Dark Magical Circle is just absolutely insane. That's one of the best cards to help you push for OTKs, which is absolutely ridiculous. So Eternal Soul is really great. Next off, I wanted to go for the exact same approach as Labyrinth. You're playing triple copies of Golden Match. Any decks that relies on multiple attributes just automatically get punished by Golden Match. This card is just really good. And it's also really good going second as well, because if you already set up Dragoons while going second and flipping Golden Match to help you clear your opponent's board, it's just absolutely phenomenal. And to pair alongside Golden Match, you're playing more Floodgates like Skill Drain, which is absolutely ridiculous. Just like these Floodgates are just blow off Floodgates. Like Golden Match Skill Drain is game, and if you're playing Skill Drain, you're just basically playing Dark Magician Beatdown at that point, where you're able to just constantly revive back Dark Magician using Eternal Soul to just banish cards your opponent controls. And Skill Drain would just literally wreck your opponent more than it'll hurt yourself. The only thing it hurts in your deck is Dragoons. And you can also turn off Skill Drain in this deck anytime you want with Magician Souls, because Soul says that you can send up to 2 spawn trap cards from your hand or field to the graveyard as cost. So if you want to turn off your own Skill Drain, you can just go Souls, activate Souls effect, send Skill Drain as cost, and then on resolution, since Skill Drain is no longer on the field, you're able to draw cards using Magician Souls. So yeah, you can turn off this card anytime you want using Soul's ability, which is absolutely insane. But this card is just a blowout card. You need to play it. Alongside Skill Drain, you're playing triple copies of Solemn Strike. Absolutely insane as well. Same approach as Labyrinth right here. Like Solemn Strike, Golden Match is game. Solemn Strike, Skill Drain is game. Well, Solemn Strike, Golden Match is way better. And Solemn Strike just goes second, helps you break boards. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So I love Solemn Strike. You need to play 3 copies of this card in the deck, in my personal opinion. And last but not least, I'm playing 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence for the only kind of hand traps other than the Bystials that I'm playing in the deck right here, which is really, really good. So Impermanence is really powerful, helps you play around tactics as well, which is absolutely incredible. So that's pretty much it for all the traps you're playing in the deck. For the extra deck, you'll play, of course, double copies Dragoon. Absolutely insane. The bread and butter of the entire deck, the Hardened Soul. You summon Dragoon, you're more likely just to win the game. Really powerful card. One Dark Magician, the Dragon Knight. Really great card to help you get access to with Timaeus. Once you properly summon this card and it's in the graveyard, it's always treated as a Dark Magician. So you can constantly arrive it back using Eternal Soul, which is absolutely insane. The Dark Magicians, absolutely phenomenal. Still looking for a second Starlight. And the brand new Dark Magician, the Knight of Dragon Magic. You honestly don't need this, but it's honestly really cool because it has an E-Hero Flame Wingman ability where it reads that it requires one Dark Magician plus one level 7 or higher dragon or warrior monster. Timaeus is a dragon, which is easily searchable, and it's also a level 8, which can help you get access to this card right here. So with Timaeus, you can either get access to Dragoons or Dark Magician, the Dragon Magic. So what this card does is that if your monster attacks the defense Messenger monster, it inflicts piercing damage. So basically, it doesn't matter which monster, even itself, any monster that attacks, it inflicts piercing damage to your opponent on defense with your monsters. Once per turn, when your monster destroys a monster by battle, you basically use this effect to inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's attack. So essentially like a Flame Wingman ability, which is absolutely insane. And the last effect, if it dies, you special one Dark Magician and one Gaia the Dragon Champion from your deck, extra deck, and or graveyards. But that effect will never come out because you're not playing Gaia the Dragon Champion, which you can play in the extra deck, but I feel like you don't need to. Once you summon this card, you're probably already winning the game anyways, right? But just one punch your opponent with this is just absolutely ridiculous, right? So you just go like Dragoon, like inflict piercing damage, over a monster because this card can potentially get really, really big, and then use this card's effect to just deal the damage that Dragoon killed the monster equal to his attack, right? So this card is just really good. The fact that once this card's on the field and all your monsters becomes Flame Wingman is just absolutely phenomenal. So that's pretty much it for the fusions. Next off, for your Xyz, one Zeus and one Big Eye is all you need in my personal opinion. Off to the links, we don't play the one Avermax. If you guys don't play Avermax or the Dark, it's all to personal preference. One Artemis, one Selene, which is really great. One Unicorn, one IP. Obviously, just great Link monsters you can play in the deck. One Link Spider, obviously. Axe Code Talker. And last but not least, the one Nightmare Phoenix to round off for all the cards that you're playing in the deck. Alright guys, welcome to the basic combo tutorial on what you guys can do with some of the cool cards you have in your opening hand. Most importantly, for those of you who are new here, the most important combos that you must know when it comes to playing this deck is Drawing Rod and also Magician's Souls. These two card combinations are probably one of the best two card combinations you guys will ever see in this deck when it comes to Dark Magicians. But before we get started, be sure to get your Supreme Pro sleeves today in the link down below at tx1.com. Use the coupon code PAC10 for 10% off on your entire sleeve order. And a quick announcement, guys. The Hero Collection 2.0 is dropping June 30th, which is next week, Friday. All right, guys, at 9 p.m. EST. I'll be live streaming Master Duel for the drop. We got brand new playmats that are dropping, which is absolutely insane. It's a very, very special playmat right here. Absolutely beautiful. One of my most favorite playmats I ever released here on the channel, which is absolutely beautiful. Also comes with the Dual Knight zones right there, which is insane. And this is the deck box that is releasing for this year for Hero 2.0 version. Just a little sneak peek on the deck box. We're going Mask Hero themed here. Of course, here we go. Hero City 2.0, absolutely insane. And this time we're going inner holographic as well. Comic book theme right here, absolutely beautiful. And it also comes with 3 holographic dividers as well. And these are going to be available for pre-order on June 30th, Friday to Sunday. You guys can pre-order this. Last time I only made 500. And a lot of you guys got upset because it sold out in 12 minutes and not a lot of people had a chance to get them. So this time we're doing pre-order specials, okay? First 500 pre-orders will get something very special, and you guys will see. So just stay updated for June 30th. You guys will see on the information page on the TX1 website. So guys, save the date. Hero City 2.0 dropping June 30th with a bunch of crazy, beautiful playmats you guys can get access to. All right, guys, let's go over the basic 2-card combo real quick. You want to activate Magician's Souls, okay? You're going to send Dark Magician to the graveyard, okay? Absolutely phenomenal. And then you're going to send Souls to Special Summon Dark Magician, okay? Absolutely insane. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to normal summon your Magician's Rod, activate Rod's effect. You are going to search, of course, your Soul Servant, 2-card combo. Next, you're going to activate Soul Servant, you are going to stack the legendary boy himself. You're going to stack Timaeus to the top of your deck. And since you control Dark Magician on the field, you can banish Soul Servant. Help you draw 1 card. And you drew into, of course, your Timaeus. Next, you can special Timaeus by sending Rod to the graveyard. Summon Timaeus. And now you can use Timaeus' effect, Fuse, using Dark Magician itself to either make your first turn Dragoon, absolutely phenomenal, or your first turn, your Dark Magician, the Knight of Dragon Magic, okay? And this can be utilized in any way, shape, or form, because if Timaeus is in your graveyard, you can use Soul Servant to just put this card back to the top of your deck, because Soul Servant works from deck or grave, which is really cool. So this combo will always become live as long as you have access to these 2 cards, which is absolutely amazing. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the first turn combo. Absolutely ridiculous. The reason why the Bystials are really important in this deck is because it sets up an additional or interruption during your opponent's turn. And usually this is like the best case scenario. Sometimes if you don't win up with a 2-card combo, you try to set up your board somewhat like this, to something this similar, as long as you get access to your Sono Sword and also your Dark Magical Circle on the very first turn. With Rod and stuff like that, you usually have some sort of setup like this, and which is why the Bystial is just so powerful. So if this is your setup right here, your opponent tries to use any graveyard effects, you can just use your Bystial Drewsworm, especially when Drewsworm banishing Lightning Dark in your opponent's grave. Obviously, it becomes a quick effect if your opponent controls a monster, which in this case, let's say your opponent controls a monster, and then you can use cards like Eternal Soul, or right back your Dark Magician from the graveyard, triggering it off Circle to banish your card, okay, which is really, really good. And then you can use cards like Secrets of Dark Magic, send Drewsworm and also Dark Magician to the graveyard, help you get access to your Dragoon, which is absolutely insane. And once Dragoon comes out, Drewsworm will trigger off its ability, since it was sent to the graveyard, to send 1 special monster opponent controls to the graveyard, which is insane. So you have a form interruption with Circle because you revive back Dark Magician, and also at the same time, Drewsworm will trigger off itself to send another special summon card to the graveyard because it was sent to the grave. Also at the same time, now you have an additional negate with Dragoon, which is absolutely insane. And this card just becomes unstoppable while on the field, right? So this is kind of like the main setup that you're trying to go for when you're playing this deck. Trying to just floodgate out your opponent using cards like Eternal Soul and also Dark Magical Circle. Floodgate your opponent out with Goals and Match and stuff like that, and then bring out Dragoons in this sort of way with Secrets of Dark Magic, which is really, really good. With alongside the Bystials, it's just absolutely insane. So this is kind of how you want to play this deck. Floodgate your opponent out, and then try to bring out Dragoon as quickly as possible. Use your Bystials to control the board. Use your Bystials to search your Timaeus, and then get access to your fusion plays from there on in. So this deck is just absolutely insane. And make sure you guys save the day, because June 30th is the official pre-order release drop of the Hero Collection 2.0 for 2023. Guys, do not miss out on this. The hottest drop of the entire year. This is your boy Sam from T-Sam signing out. All right, guys. Peace.